Good morning, student. In this video, we will learn next point from your curriculum, that is about hard disk partitions. Now we have learned what is in a hard disk, which are the different types of hard disks. Now next point, that is very important one, how to use the partitioning and which are the different partitions are present in a hard disk. Now you know that hard disk, it is a secondary storage device. It is used to store your data permanently. Now, if we don't do any kind of partitions, any kind of divisions, then this data will be stored in a scattered form and all the data will be in a single partition in a single hard disk. So, we can divide this hard disk into different pieces logically, and these divisions are nothing but the partitions. So, divide this hard disk into different pieces and these pieces will be called as a partitions. Now, you know about logical partitions that you have seen on your Windows system as a C drive, D drive, E drive. So what is that? That is nothing but these are the logical drives. So these logical drives are used to store your different type of data. Normally you know that C drive you are using for storing your operating system data. D drive, it is for storing your suppose personal information. E drive for storing your music and images and movies. So in that way you can store and organize your data in a proper manner with the help of the partitioning. If suppose you have to format your C drive, means you have to format the operating system, and if you haven't done any partitioning, you are having a single partition as a C drive for the whole hard disk, then what will happen when you format your hard disk, when you format for your operating system, then all the data from your that partition will be get deleted, will be get formatted, and for that reason that personal data, personal information, official information, it should not be stored on that operating system drive. That is one of the reason that why should we use this partitioning concept and why do we partition all these drives. Now when you purchase your hard disk or at the manufacturer's side, this left side picture shows that when a hard disk is created, this is just a blank disk. You can see over here, this is the left side picture. And once this physical partitioning done, then it will be divided into physical formats. For example, it will be having a different tracks, different sectors, and these are the different tracks and sectors, and this will be a physical formatted. Once the physical formatted, then the first sector, that is the entry point of your hard disk, will be allocated for your MBR. Now what is a MBR? MBR, it is a master boot record. This master boot record, it keeps the information of booting of your system. What is a booting? Booting means starting of the operating system. So your operating system, suppose you are using two operating systems. One is a Windows OS and another one is a Linux OS. So that Windows operating system kernel information, booting information, bootloader information, as well as for the Linux operating system boot information, that booting loader information will be stored into that master boot record. This master boot record, it is just a table, and that table containing name of operating system in a one column, second column containing this bootloader name, and third column containing the address of that bootloader, where exactly the bootloader is located, and from that point that particular OS will be get loaded. That is a function of the master boot record. So once your physical parameters are set, then the hard disk master boot record location will be preserved for this MBR. Now after that you can do the different logical partitions once the physical partition is done. So in this picture you have seen the left diagram, it is for the new drive which is at the manufacturer's side. Firstly, they are doing physical partitions into different tracks and the sectors, and in that way it will be divided into this partition drive. And after that we have to do the logical partitions to store our data. Now you can do the logical partitions, and for that you can do the formatting with the different file systems. Now which are the different file systems? FAT. In FAT again there are according to the bit size, it is a two type, FAT16, FAT32, and even for the NTFS is a new one, new technology file system. As per that you can format that particular partition. Now this primary partition, later we will see about the types of partitions. So one partition which contain this bootable information and MBR record, this is a master boot record, is an active partition, and it is called as a primary partition as it is a main partition. Now let's see what are the reasons for partitioning a hard drive. Now just we have seen that if everything is stored in a single drive, in a single C drive, then what will happen that if that C drive get corrupted, operating system get corrupted, you have to format it and then everything will be get deleted. So for that reason we have to we need a partition. Then saving the massive information into the partition will slow down your computer. Everything you are storing into a single partition, so in that way your system will be get slow down. Then different type of data should be stored in a different partition. Just we have seen that personal information should be stored in a one partition. Second, another type of information should be stored, official information in another partition, and in that way you can organize the data properly, that you can search it easily, that particular your data. Another thing is that if you do the disk partitions, then size of the cluster will be smaller, and if you are using the smaller cluster, then your hard disk performance will be get increased, as it will promote for your disk space. Now what exactly happens when you are doing more partitions, then cluster size cluster will be get smaller, and as it will be a smaller, then if you want to store a file, then some files are very smaller one, then that will be accommodated in a single cluster. So there will be no any vestige of vestige of space in the hard disk. There will be very little vestige of space. So it is recommended that do the partitions as needed, and according to that your block size, cluster size will be small one. So your disk performance will be get increased. But you are doing too many partitions, then it is again very difficult to manage. So number of partitions whatever you are making, that should be appropriate one as per your requirement and as per your size of your hard disk. So these are the reasons behind the partitioning hard disk. Next we will see which are the different types of partitions. That is a primary partition, then extended partition and logical partition. Let's look at one diagram. What this diagram shows, it shows that this is a physical drive. This physical drive, it is divided into this different partitions. That is a one blue color disk, you can see primary partition, and others these are the logical partitions. Actually this is divided into two partitions, primary partition and extended partition. But extended partition, it is a theoretical concept. To implement that extended partition, we require logical partitions. So logical partition, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. These are made as per the requirement of the user. So this is about the three types of partitions. We will see one PPT. Types of partitions: one, primary partition; second, extended partition; and third one, logical partitions. Here it is given as a logical drive with an extended partition. Primary partition, the drive that is bootable one, if an operating system is loaded on it. So this primary partition, it is an active partition which contains operating system data, bootable information and some programs. Okay. So this is about the primary partitions. So how many primary partitions we can make? Up to 4 primary partitions we can make. If we want to add another partition, 5th number partition, then it is not possible with the primary partition. So for that reason we have to extend with the help of extended partition. A partition that can hold up to 23 logical partitions from D drive to Z drive. So you can make more than 4 partitions with the help of extended partitions. But just I told you that extended partition, it is just a theoretical concept. If you want to do actually add this into this particular physical drive, Then we have to use the logical partitions. So logical partition will divide this extended partition into different logical partitions, and these logical partitions will be having the sectors, and the sectors containing the information of the next drive, logical drive, as well as the current logical drive addresses, and so on. So this you can see your hard disk, it is a low level formatted. Now this hard disk will be low level formatted by the manufacturers, that already we have seen that it will formatted by adding the tracks, adding the sectors into that particular hard disk. After that, first primary partition will be created. You can see here C drive. Why C drive? A and B drive in old days it was used for the floppy disk. It was kept for the floppy disk naming, A and B drive. That's why for the next logical drives from the C drive we can give the names. It is available. Now this primary partitions, it is used to create a master boot sector. So it contains MBR record, master boot sector containing master partition table. Master partition table, I told you that what it contains. It contains the information about loading of the operating system. That is a bootloader information. Then it creates primary partition and boot record information, operating system information contained in this primary partition. The next, if we require some additional partition, then that will be extended partition, and actually it will be implemented by logical volumes, logical drives creation. Now here D drive and E drive has been created. Now you can do the formatting with the high level formatting, that we have seen that we can format the primary partitions with the help of some tools. These tools that you can use, FDIS tools or the DOS partitions tools. Now you can even, first of all, you have to format these extended partitions with the help of any file system, FAT file system or this one NTFS file system. Just right click on these partitions, go to manage partitions, manage drives, and right click over there and just say the quick format. It will be get formatted. Then this is for the installation. Now normally applications will be installed and by default path will be C drive, but you can change it, and operating system installation will be done at the C drive. Now you can store a data on any partitions, but it is recommended that your personal data, official data, should be stored on other drives, other logical drives, not on this primary partition drive. So this is about the types of partitions we have seen, primary, extended and logical partitions. So we have studied this point as what is the partitioning, what are the reasons of partitioning, and how to do the partitioning, and different types of partitioning, that is primary partitions, then extended partition and logical partition. Here another picture clears about it. C drive primary partition, D, E, F extended partition, and actually extended means from D to F it is an extended one, and here again divided into D as a one logical drive, E as another one, F as another logical drive. So this is about the hard disk partitioning. Now we will stop here and thank you.